Just before this video starts, I need to have a disclaimer here. I need to say that I am a trained professional and this video is made for educational purposes, documentary purposes, and news purposes. And do not try anything you see in this video at home. Yo, I'm Drew and today I'm in Amsterdam. And when you come to Amsterdam, you kind of have two ways of doing a trip out here. Number one is you come out here with a budget and you're trying to find the best for the cheapest price. And then the other way to do it is you come out here with a fair bit of money and you try and just spend whatever it takes to get the best stuff, right? And this video, I want to try and do both. I want to show you what you can get for the best for the cheapest price, under 15 euros a G, because I'm sure if you're not trying to spend too much on like an individual G, you're probably not going to want to spend more than 15 euros. So 15 euros as a max, but then we're also going to try and find the best flower for over 25 euros a G. So in the first half of this, yeah, we're going to go around, try and find the best for the cheapest price. In the second half, we're going to just try and find the best no matter what you're spending. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to tell you which ones were actually good, because I'm going to sort of try them throughout the day, but I'll only be able to give you a full review and conclusion at the very end and tell you which was ended up good. Yeah, to start off, I think we need to go to a shop that tends to have some fairly good bud for a really reasonable price, somewhere new that I've only been going to in like the last couple of months because they've completely redone the shop. We're gonna go to coffee shop 137, and I think there's probably maybe 4 more coffee shops that we could go to get stuff for like a nice cheap price as well. So yeah, first of all, let's go 137 because I'm kind of over that way anyways. Just filmed a YouTube short there this morning. First stop of the day, coffee shop 137. Okay, lovely menu in there as always, and actually really big this time. They are getting better and better every time I go there. And it's kind of weird because they have both, expensive Cali stuff and super exclusive stuff. Like the YouTube short I just made today was on the pre-roll that they had there, which is like 90 euro for a 2G pre-roll. No rosin in it, expensive. But at the same time, they cater for that cheaper market and the locals. And I ended up getting a rainbow zope, a sunset sherbet, and a permanent marker. The permanent marker, the most expensive out of all of them, was 15 euros. The rainbow zope and the sunset were 11.50 and 12 or 12.50. I forget which way around they were, but super cheap for what they are, especially in the center of Amsterdam. Like, you gotta understand, I know it might be weird to hear some of these prices because it's like that doesn't sound cheap, but in Amsterdam it's cheap. All of them smell really good. The only thing I would say is the sunset sherbet kind of smells like a 41, but I'm not going to complain at that. And the rainbow zope doesn't really smell rainbow zopey. It more sort of smells creamy, but it smells really good. I'm not going to complain at how it smells. And the permanent marker actually just smells like a proper permanent marker for cheap. I'm guessing it's just a loose Cali one that they got for cheap, so they put it on the menu for cheap. But yeah, all smell really good. Like I said earlier, we will find out whether they're actually good by the end of the video, because then I will have tried them all. But for right now, let's head to the next coffee shop where we can get some cheap bud, and hopefully it's going to be good, or at least they have some good options. Let's hope. All right, if you know what street I'm on, you probably have sussed out where I'm heading, which is I'm actually going to Prix de Mi, which I never would have thought that I'd be going Prix de Mi to try and get some decent flour, especially not for a decent price. If you had told me that in like 2018, I would have not believed you. But that is exactly where we're going, because these days, Prix de Mi actually has a pretty good menu. They have such a quick traffic foot through that when there is good flour there, it tends to go really fast. But at the same time, they have the money to be able to buy whatever they want. So, yeah, they have actually been getting some fire recently, and for a decent price. I think sometimes when they say they have US stuff, it's actually Canadian, but let's go have a look at what they've got today, because I actually went there last night and there was some fire on the menu. Hey, always a bit mad that you have to go through a metal detector here. All right, like I said, I never thought I'd be saying this about Prix de Mi, but what a menu. So lovely in there. And you know what's even weirder? I've never really said anything good about Prix de Mi in my past, because back in the day, it wasn't my favorite shop to go to, and I'm just being honest. And I've enjoyed being there, but bro, it's actually just crazy. This is like the first time I've gone in there with the intention of like being positive and like showing off what they've got. And the staff there also happened to just give me this for free. this massive donut thing, Pink Zaza, bro. That is madness. But what we actually ended up getting was these two Dreams Bro, or Dream Bros, sorry. We've got the Dreams Gold and Dream Scotty, and these are both incredible. I had these last night. They're both different phenos of kosher. They're 15 on the G from Prix de Me. I've seen some other places sell them for slightly more expensive, which we will get to a bit later, but really good. Probably some of the best Dutch flower I've seen out here for so long. And the Dreams Gold specifically is like just such a good example of what kosher used to be. Also, don't get deceived by the Dream Scotty, because it's not biscotti. It's just like, I guess, a biscotti-esque pheno of kosher, because it is still just kosher. But really, really good choices for the cheaper side of things. So let's get to our next shop, which is actually a really, really good budget shop, which is coffee shop Sativa. So let's head there. Okay, so our next stop, coffee shop Sativa. All right, this place I have kind of gone on about in the shorts for a couple years now. If you already know where we are, you kind of know, but this is coffee shop Sativa. Really good if you're on a budget. Let's have a look at the menu. Damn, like even this Twinkies, they're selling the 5G for the same price that a lot of other places are selling 3.5. Can I have a look at the mint choc chip and the Zookies? Damn, mint choc chips are super good, yeah. Okay, sweet. I'll get 1G of both. Okay, so not maybe quite as good as sometimes when I've seen it. Sometimes they have Skittles there for like 12 euros a G, but I got these two, which was a Zookies and a mint choc chip. Now, the mint choc chip kind of just smells like a really nice Girl Scout cookies of some sort. It smells really good. The Zookies doesn't really smell like Zookies. It smells like some sort of lemon cherry runts type thing. But for 14 euros a G, I'm not going to complain if it's any good. That's the question. But like I said, we will find out by the end. I think we have one more shop to go to try and get some nice flour on a budget, and then we're probably going to start spending a bit more money, which is going to be sad for my bank account. I think I said this in my last Amsterdam video, I'm not too sure, but if you want a good ham and cheese sandwich, or just a really good sandwich in general in this city, bruv, this place, Vep, it's so good. It's just like a butcher, and they do sandwiches. It's really nice, really good. Don't miss it if you need lunch out here. On the same food recommendation vibes, yeah, on the exact same street, maybe like 10-second walk away, is this place, A Fusion, bro. Best food in the city, really reasonably priced as well, and it has like a crazy amount of Michelin stars. It's so good. Get the charcoal chicken and the barbecue beef. All right, our last place for the cheaper side of things. This was kind of the original, I say the original cheap store. I feel like that doesn't really give them credit. This is Pheno Finders and Bagheera. Pheno Finders, I think they stock most of the menu, and it's quite nice. It's kind of like more old gas vibes, like sort of, you know, going back 8 to 10 years ago kind of gas vibes is what I get from it. They do deals on, I think it's Tuesdays and maybe Wednesdays. They do random deals every now and then. So that's why they've kind of always been known as, like, you know, if you're on a budget, you can get some good stuff there because they do deal days. But in general, their menu is really reasonably priced. The quality maybe not quite as up to the par of some of the other ones these days, but still going really strong. And I haven't been there for a little while, so let's see what's on the menu today and see if they got anything good for a nice price. Yo, Jessica, how you doing? Can I see the apples and bananas? Oh, it's finished. Well, yeah, I'll see the gummy bears for sure. All right, so I was gonna get the gummy bear and the kosher, but then I realized that the kosher is over our budget. It's 16 euros, not 15 euros. So I ended up getting the animal cookies instead. That I think was only 13 a G. The gummy bear was only 12, which I would assume the gummy bear would be like some sort of Skittles, but it kind of didn't smell like it. Let me smell it again real quick. I don't know, there's some sort of citrus to it, but it's definitely not Skittlesy, but we'll see if it's any good in a bit, I guess. But yeah, some decent options for the price. I think that is pretty much the best you're gonna get if you want to spend under 15 euro inside the actual city center of Amsterdam. Some really good options from some really nice places, but we now need to see what you can get if you just don't care. If you're gonna spend big money on some crazy imported flour, which most of it is gonna be imported, I think our first stop is going to be New Times, because I can go to New Times. There's like a sesh going on. They do rip tips in New Times as well. There's like a rip tip event going on. I had no idea that was happening, but I'm going to use that time to actually try some of these. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any time to try any of them. And then we're going to start getting some expensive stuff. We're going to start going to some of the shops that just, you know, they buy the expensive stuff, so they got to sell it for expensive. Let's see what we can get. All right, our first expensive shop of the day. You may remember these people from my shorts where I get some of the crazy expensive extracts, because they usually stock those sort of things. Usually stock stuff like rosin. They had that piatella, which is a little bit dry, but we're gonna have a look at what they got on the expensive side of their flour menu today, because that is something they usually do pretty well. Okay, so this is their menu. But what we care about is here. Can I see the OG cleanse? Okay, so I stopped off in New Times. I ended up getting the OG cleanse. I have actually had it already on this trip yesterday. It was really, really nice, but I stopped off for a while in there. I've been in there for a good amount of time. There was like a little sesh going on in there. I had no idea any of that was happening today, but I've tried a lot of the cheap ones, and a lot of them were actually really good. I think the standout ones right now were the permanent marker and the sunset sherbet. The permanent marker was banging, but the sunset sherbet was like a gelato 41 or like a biscotti, but I'm not complaining. It was really, really, really nice. And the others were okay, but not insane. So we've got a little chart right there, and like I said, at the end I will go to what was actually the best out of the cheap ones, but those are the ones I've tried right now. Really nice on those two, permanent marker and the sunset sherbet. Fire. But right now we're going to go to Family First, which is maybe a 5-minute walk away from New Times. Yeah, really nice, that OG cleanse, which also, I need to say something about this OG cleanse. It's not an OG. Like, that's the reason why I looked at it at the first time, because I was like, oh, it's going to be an OG, right, by Burning Clean, so it's going to be nice and Burning Clean, which, oh, again, this Burning Clean brand is like, I guess just, I've only seen it as an Amsterdam brand. Like, I guess they just get good flour and bring it out here, but the brand is called Burning Clean. So if it's Burning Clean, I want to see it, but it's not an OG. It's like a Zope, but it was a really nice kind of Zope, but it's not like a standard Zope either, so that's why I got it. But I mentioned this earlier as well, I almost forgot. Did you see they had the Twinkies there? The same one they had in Sativa, but price difference quite big. Okay, so Family First is down here, but I always forget that the old church is just on the way there. Always walk down the same road before I get to Family First. So let's have a look at what Old Church has first, because they do normally have some pretty good bits on the expensive side of things. Oh, they got a queue. I couldn't be bothered to wait in the queue, I can't lie, but I have been in there yesterday and it was the same menu as yesterday. The only thing I have had from there is the Z's. The only thing I sort of thought was worth getting, but it was a little bit old. I think it's probably the same batch they've had for about 3 months there, but nothing new. Family First is just here. Wow, sun is really nice right now. Just here, we're gonna go Family First, and then I think afterwards, still got 2 more shops to go to get some expensive bits. So let's see what they got on Family First menu today. Hey, thank you. What do you reckon is the best off the Cali right now? All right, so lovely menu inside Family First today. Lots of new stock. I've actually tried the Fidel's OZK already on this trip. It was really, really nice, but they had some new stuff there. They had that whole new Tenko drop. What did I get? I got the Wasabi. I see the Angel Delight there. I have tried Angel Delight already, and it is quite nice, but I find that Angel Delight is not very Moorish. Like, you kind of have like a 3-5 of it or like a Q, and then you don't really want to have any more. So I ended up going for the Wasabi. It's a fresh new Tenko drop. It smelled really, really nice. It's hard to get that fresh Z out here in Dam as well, so ended up copping that. Now we're gonna head up towards Green Place next, and also I'm gonna put you guys on for some crazy food that I know you British people will be like, oh my god, Drew, thank you. So let's go do that right now. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to say, did you see what was on the menu at Family First? They had the Dreams Bro stuff, but one of them was €1 more expensive than it is in Prix de Mi. So, don't know what that's about. I think the Prix de Mi one as well. In Prix de Mi, when I went there yesterday, they had one there for $14.50 that when I was in there today was now $15. So maybe they've realized that they probably haven't had it at the right price, but $15 I think is very fair. $16, I think what's on the Dreams Gold was on the one that I really, really liked, but I got that one from Prix de Mi for $15 instead, so yeah. But this is the expensive part of the video, so that doesn't matter. People who know me know this shop was gonna come up in this video. They're known for having expensive stuff. They're known for having California import. They usually have some pretty decent stuff, but I'm not sure what's on the menu today. Let's have a little look. Okay, so Green Place, lovely menu, massive menu. They actually had the Dark Matter by Wizard Trees loose, not in the jars. So using that opportunity while they probably don't have enough jars or something, that I'm getting that loose. Super fire bit of bud. I've had it before. Big menu there, massive menu, but nobody ever looks at the Dutch. They only look at those expensive ones. I don't know where we're gonna go next, but I'm gonna show you some food that you need to see. Okay, I'm in the red light district next to some red lights, and there's a favorite chicken shop, bro. Are you fucking seeing this? This is the spot. It's the only fried chicken place that's like an English fried chicken style place in all of Amsterdam. Right here, favorite chicken. Let's go. Bro, look at this. I'm in Amsterdam right now, and it's like I'm in England at a chicken shop, bruv. Look, they've even got the chicken shop on the wall. Okay, now I'm sat on a lovely canal in Amsterdam with fried chicken. Like, look, bruv, where is some of this? What's in here? Oh. Bro, some strips for my girlfriend. Here you go, my lovely girlfriend. And then we're going here. Oh, bro, proper wings, man. Proper UK wings. But they're not in the UK, we're in the Netherlands. Oh, look at that. Now that's a good trim. If I had to rate this on a scale of like 1 being the worst wing I've ever had, and like 10 being the best wing I've ever had, this gets like a solid 8. Maybe even an 8.5. Fire. Alright, so I just got myself an ice cream and we're going to go to 2 more coffee shops, which I think the shops we need to go to if we're trying to find some good stuff that's expensive and not just some random stuff that's expensive. Probably going to go Turps Army and The Plug. So The Plug is also the people who started this whole Cali craze out here. Without them, there wouldn't be shops with Cali menus, or at least not how it is right now. So let's go Turps Army first and then let's go to The Plug, seeing as, you know, they're the people who started all of this. All right, Turps Army haven't been here for a crazy amount of time. I think they've probably been here for like 2 years. It was El Guapo before, but came from Barcelona. They've been a really good shop in Barcelona, well, a really good club in Barcelona for a very long time. Let's have a look at what they got on the expensive side of the menu today. Yo, yes, how you doing? Can I see the Wiz OG? And what is the blue hair head? Okay, to be honest, normally when I go to Turps Army, I would expect them to have some more sort of better exclusive stuff on the more expensive side than that. The blue hair, whatever that was called, was just some lemon cherry gelato, and I just dropped what I actually bought on the floor, which was some Wiz OG, which I actually got when I last came to Amsterdam, maybe like 3 weeks ago. It was really, really nice. Same batch. They're just sort of down to like the smaller nugs now, but still really, really nice OG. I would say it's probably one of the ones that's the least worth the amount of money that they charge. It's one of those ones where you can't really find a proper OG like that except for like a kosher with the Dutch grown, and like a kosher doesn't really hit that spot for an OG like this Wiz OG does. Like, it's a proper OG. The only thing that was worth getting on the menu was that, and just down the same street basically is going to be The Plug. So let's go to The Plug and see what they got, and then let's get back to the hotel and see what was actually the best. This is the place that started everything. This is actually the original Plug as well, not the new Plug the 3, or well, the Plug 3, sorry. I think there's a lot of plugs now. I'm going to do some YouTube shorts, go into a bunch of them, because there's this one, there's the one in West, there's the Plug 3, which is on Ruslan. They've just bought another one near the train station. There's another one in East. Then I think they just got one in Rotterdam, and I think there's 2 more, or maybe 1 more outside somewhere else in the Netherlands, which is crazy. But when this place first opened, it had queues going down the street. Whenever they would open, there'd be new drops. It was crazy. Before this, there wasn't really that much Cali out here in the Netherlands at all. And after they came here, a lot of other shops started trying to copy, the level started going up, and Amsterdam is kind of at the level it's at right now because of these guys. So let's have a look at what it's like now in 2024 in the summer. Let's have a look. I see the lobster tail and the lemon poppers and the big ticket. What is this? Who's this by? I've never seen it. Oh, parlay. I see. Yeah, I'll get 1G of this one, and yeah, I'll just get 1G of this one, yeah. I've never seen this one before by parlay. Okay, so on the expensive side of things at The Plug, looking pretty good, but I've tried the lobster tail that they've got there the other day as well. Was very, very nice, really good batch. But this is super different. I've never seen this before. It's by Parlay. I mean, it smelled interesting. What does it smell like? It smells kind of sherbety, bruv. I'm enjoying the smell on that. To be honest, from all of the expensive stuff that I'm seeing today, not the greatest time for expensive stuff. Not like great batches in a lot of places. Normally there is quite a lot of really good fire out here, but That's kind of how Amsterdam goes. You can't always find absolute insanity every single day, but we did get some really good bits. So let's get back to the hotel. Let's see which out of these are actually the best, and then let me tell you which was the best out of the cheapest as well. Okay, so it's the evening. I'm back in my hotel. I have tried everything. I did try some of them on different days like beforehand, so I do know how some of them were, but I guess the first thing, let's talk about the best out of the cheap stuff. So let me put all my ratings on the screen here from everything that I tried, and I think the best things that I tried from the cheap stuff was probably the sunset sherbet. That was not actually sunset sherbet, it was like some sort of gelato, but it was really, really nice. I was not complaining, especially for the price. I think the permanent marker was also on that same sort of level, but it was a bit more expensive, so I don't really know if it tops the sunset. And then I also think the Dreams Gold was the exact same in the sense of it was so good, especially for the price, but the sunset sherbet was cheaper. So I think the sunset sherbet is definitely topping it for the cheap stuff. Then to be honest, coming to the Cali stuff, I don't think there was too much crazy Cali expensive stuff in Amsterdam today. It was a little bit flat this trip compared to a lot of other trips. I think Green Place also had some crazy ones that I didn't really touch on. They had some of the stuff in the jars. They had a lot of Tenko jars. They even had like the wasabi jar, but especially for this video, I wasn't feeling like buying 5 G's of something just to get it. I really don't understand how they don't do some of them loose like they did with that dark matter. That was so good. I'm so glad they did that loose out of the jars. Really, really nice. But I think the best stuff for the expensive stuff on this trip was probably Family First. The wasabi, super fire. I mean, it was really fresh. It literally wasn't there on the menu yesterday and then it was there today. So definitely just landed, was crazy, crazy fresh. They also had another one, which was the OZK by Fidel's. Absolutely amazing, really, really lovely. Probably the best Z-Turps in the city was both of them. So yeah, honestly, I think comparing both of them as well, bro, for the money, that sunset sherbet was so good. So I think the cheap stuff is actually winning in this for once in Amsterdam, which is really nice to see. It doesn't happen often because again, those two other ones that were cheap as well, so good, especially for the money. I hope you guys have a great time. Enjoy your trip to Amsterdam if you do plan on going, and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit 1 million subscribers. That's crazy that I'm saying that. We're trying to hit 1 million subscribers. So hit the subscribe button, get your homie to subscribe as well, get your mum to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon.